Hey Dante, it's Matt Mayoko here. Um, After last season and being deactive for the Super Bowl, how much did that impact your resolve and just your overall approach to this off season and this training camp?
Uh, I mean, if that doesn't change the way someone approaches the off season, they don't really want to be in the NFL. I don't think so. Um, there's not too many things worse than that football wise that could get you going. I think my bad, being deactive for the or unactive for the Super Bowl. That was kind of like the final straw, I guess you could say. But uh, especially heading into the off season, so yeah, I mean, there's not much more than that could get someone going.
Hey, Dante, Jake Hutchinson. What did you work on over the off season, and how did you navigate that, with COVID concerns?
Um, I mean, there was a lot. It's something that I'll get into eventually. Basically, uh, I allowed myself to be who I know I can be. There's last year I wasn't playing the way that I know I could have. I know I was capable of more, and I wasn't really allowing myself to do that. And this year, the whole like quarantine process really helped me. I think just being able to kind of step away from everything, not have any distractions, and just kind of go one on one with myself.
Hey Dante, this is Chris Biederman. Could you explain what you mean when you mentioned you weren't allowing yourself to be your full self last year?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's something that I'm gonna eventually get into. Not really something that I feel like is necessary right now, but that is the pretty much gist of it. Is I wasn't allowing myself to be the player that I know I am. I wasn't. There's just certain things that was holding me back football wise, and that's not the case anymore.
Dante, as far as the off season, how are you different than when you came in last year at this time? Are you bigger? Are you stronger? What's the result of your motivated off season?
Uh, I'm more in tune with myself. Um, I feel like I'm stronger. I'm a little bit bigger. Um, I'm more confident knowing that I put the work in this off season. I not that I didn't work last off season, because I definitely did, but this off season was more purposeful. I did my workouts with a purpose. Um, every single rep was for a reason, instead of just going through the motions and getting in there and working hard. It was like, okay, no, I'm getting better today, and I mean that goes a long way.
Hey, Dante, it's Jennifer. You seem to have come back with the kind of new found purpose, which is what you've talked about. Also, with your group being down three wide receivers, does that also put a little bit more responsibility on your shoulders?
I don't really think I had any responsibility this coming in here. I mean, everybody kind of said I was done, and um, it is what it is. But uh, there's a responsibility for every single receiver in the room. It's not just like, oh, these guys are down now. Okay, Dante, you were a second round pick. Step up. It was like, no, whoever's in the room, some like people have to step up no matter what.
Hey, Dante, can you tell us where you were this off season and maybe some of the things you did additionally as far as your workout or just what you did to get prepared for the season? Um, and then also, if you could just address, you've been publicly critiqued, like a few players on this roster. How have you handled that? And I guess has it made you stronger in some ways?
Um, I mean, as far as the off season goes, like I said, I'll eventually get into everything that I did. I was in Orange County for a little bit, and then I went up to San Francisco, uh, and yeah, I mean, I was just working out there. And then as far as the critiquing or whatever, I mean, it is what it is. People say stuff. I don't really know exactly what you're referring to, but I'm sure they had a reason to say it. I, didn't play how I should have been playing, how I know I can play, and how they know I can play, so it was probably warranted.
Hey, Dante. Excuse me because I came on a little late, but wanted to see, coming into the season with a new mindset, are there any particular goals you've set for yourself this season?
To play free, I think, without anything holding me back. I think there's not like specific goals. Like I'm not like, okay, I need to get 10 touchdowns or something, but going in every day and getting to a point to where like coming into practice or the weight room or whatever, getting to a point to where I know that I got better, not just going in and being like, oh, we had practice or whatever. Like every single day needs to be, you need to get to the breaking point each day and push past that. And so that's kind of, I guess, how I would measure, my goals for this year.
Hey, Dante, it's Tracy, and this may go into you getting into it later, really what you did this offseason. But being deactivated for the Super Bowl, dealing with all of the critiquing, you talked about getting, to your breaking point. Do you have tools that you used mentally and emotionally to get through that?
Yeah. I mean, this offseason was kind of, I was working with my trainer, and we basically connected, your physical and emotional sense and everything, and just connected that, and being able to reach back and be like, okay, look, no, I pushed physically through all of this stuff. How did that make you feel emotionally? And then being able to just go through all those processes, get to the point to where you want to quit, you want to tap, but you can't because you have something that you want to get to, and being able to connect everything and just being able to reach back on that every single time. That was really big. And like I said before, like I will get deeper into that eventually, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Obviously, we can't tell what you're feeling, but I mean, you did appear last year like, there was pressure on you and that maybe you weren't having as much fun. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I'm just putting that out there. But my question to you is, can you have fun? Like, is it important for you to play free? And maybe that's what you're referring to, play free, have fun. Or do you need success to have fun? Are they connected in some way?
I mean, if you're not successful, I don't see how football could be fun, really, unless you're just like, oh, I don't care what happens. Like, I'm just here to be here. So, yeah, not having success really takes the fun out of things. Not to say that I wasn't having fun last year, because I still had a really good time seeing everybody else do well, seeing all the stuff that they were doing, cheering on my teammates and stuff. But it's hard to have a lot of fun actually playing when you're not successful.
Dante, it's Cam Inman. How successful has this camp been for you? You've been very active. You've had a lot of passes come your way that you haven't had a chance to do pretty much over the last year or so.
I mean, the camp has been weird. It's especially weird because we're not having any preseason games. So, like, the practices are essentially the games, I guess, but it's kind of hard to judge. Like, I don't know how the coaches really do it. Like, I could feel really good about something because I made 3 good plays, but then there could have been 6 other plays where I didn't do that good, and then the coaches are looking at those 6 plays or something. Or I could have had 2 bad plays, and I'm only focused on those, but they're like, no, look, you did these really well. So it is kind of hard, and catching passes isn't the only thing that like puts you on the radar. I know it's what like everybody else sees, but there's a lot more to wide receiver than just catching the ball, especially during camp because there's only so many passes that go around. But I mean, I'm not. If I get 6 catches one day, great. If I get 1, great. I know there's always things that I can work on, and that's kind of my mentality through it. It's just getting better every single day. Like I said, I know there's always going to be things that I need to improve on, but as long as I know that and I'm ready to accept that and fight through that, then I have a chance.
Dante, you mentioned it's obviously been a weird camp for a number of reasons, but what's it been like in the wide receiver room, getting used to, some of these young guys, Brandon and Juwan? What's your impression of them, and what's the vibe like in the wide receiver room this year?
The wide receiver room has always had a good vibe, I think. Especially the guys we have in the room. It's hard to kind of ever have like a bad day with the guys we have. Everybody's so close, and the young guys are doing really good. They're picking up the offense, and Brandon is doing really well. Juwan's really physical, so that's helping him out a lot. But yeah, it is weird, but I feel like in our room it's still pretty normal just because of the guys we have in it.
Last one, guys. Hey, Dante, how would you describe your relationship with Kyle Shanahan? And he's mentioned being particularly tough on you, and probably because he knows how talented you are, and you are a highly drafted guy, and you're a receiver, and that's his position. How do you feel just about the hard coaching that he's given you?
Last year, I took his like coaching the wrong way, I guess, and I made it like more personal and like about me than about me like realizing how good he knows I can be, and I got caught up in I guess like the way he said some things and not the actual message that he was trying to get to me. And once I realized that, everything kind of changed, and I think our relationship is really good. It's open, and we can communicate. When I came back, we had a good talk, and I think that, yeah, we have a really good relationship now.